The British Touring Car Championship goes from Donington Park to Silverstone on the national circuit. Welcome to weekend 9 of the 2024 QuickFit British Touring Car Championship. And this is qualifying for rounds 25, 26 and 27. Session is already underway. Green light is on. The drivers are heading out onto the circuit. Hello everybody and welcome to the action. This is hopefully going to be a very interesting one as our computers have glitched up here in the comments box. Josh Birch alongside Jess Ball. Omi's down the pits. JT still not with us, but will be with us back for the last race of the year. He's around and about coming into it. Jess, interesting weekend ahead, interesting battles we've been having. What are you sort of looking forward to coming into tomorrow's action?
We got a very short circuit this weekend, with it being the national layout and not the full layout. So that means less time for people to make some moves. But Silverstone's always a great track for overtaking in any series. Hopefully it's the same for British Touring Cars. I really enjoyed covering Donington as well. That was brilliant. So we'll see how it goes. And we only got, after this, we've got two more. We got this weekend and we got Brands Hatch. That's it.
Yeah, and we'll be on site for Brands Hatch as well at the last race weekend for all 3 days, myself and JT. Hopefully Jess can get there as well, and we'll be able to get everything. So it should be a fun evening of action because we'll have practice, qualifying and the race all covered live here on JBMotorsports, and a bumper weekend as well. With broadcasting the series. Yeah, Megan's going to be in the commentary box here. MotoGP is going to be on as well, but we'll all be trackside at Brands Hatch. So basically that weekend, expect to see wraparound coverage of the two practice sessions with cameras and trackside audio providing the commentary. We'll see if we can do commentary, because then I think it'd be nice if all three of us can be at different parts of the track and we can throw to each other. Qualifying will be on the call together in the comments box as well, because we'll have access to a video device. And yeah, then we'll be in races. We'll be split up for race 1 and 2, all together for race 3, because we've got to get on the grid to crown the champion. So it's going to be a fun week of action. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to hopefully go back into the paddock and talk to everybody and get all the action. Here's Tom Ingram in the championship hunt alongside him and Jake Hill. Went well for Ingram in race 1 last time out, but race 2 and race 3, Jess, absolutely horrendous for Ingram. Fighting back in though for a podium in race 3.
Oh no, I think there was I'm sure there was one time where we started last and went to second.
Yeah, race 3.
Was that race 3?
Yeah.
That was race 3. Yeah.
So a cracking weekend, but Jake Hill was able to take advantage.
I was speaking to my parents about race 3, and they said it was one of the best races they've seen in a while in British Touring Cars. They really enjoyed it. I agreed. Yeah,
it gave us hope that this new hybrid era could give us something. This track should give it as well. It's a hybrid circuit. It's a national layout, so we should be able to have, fingers crossed, the best sort of racing possible. As you can see on the layout, first sector for Hill. 14 seconds, but 49.44 for Turkington, but the lap puts it at 59.022 for Hill. His first session super crucial. Go on, Jessica.
So for those of you that are wondering what the national layout is, it starts off at Cox, then it's Maggots, Beckett's, into the Wellington Straight, then we got Brooklands, Luffield, and into Woodcote. That's it. 6 corners.
6 corners.
Turkington had a bit of a lock up there.
Yeah, moved around a bit, didn't he, out there at the moment? Our timing screens are glitching like crazy now in this sector time, so let's get them sorted. Hill improves on that lap time, but Turkington goes faster still. With 5 minutes on the clock, it's 57.789. Omi made his debut here commentating the touring cars last year. Omi's in the pits. Omi, race 2 last year, was absolutely amazing, but the race that you covered, race 1, all hell literally broke loose. Not sure if he can hear us.
I don't think he's here.
Ah, that's annoying. Just watching on in the background then.
But we did a great job covering race 1 last year in Silverstone with JT trackside. Oh!
More drama. Again.
That was a cut.
I've just found out that I've tried to adjust everything in the qualifying tracker to realise that the qualifying track is actually fine. So there's nothing wrong with it. So we can go back to that.
Weird.
It's having a pad in the system.
It is.
Yeah, it's all fine. So we have limited groups across the 2 sessions, of course. 10 in each. Now, number 3, that's car 3, lap time deleted. So that is Tom Chilton losing lap time. Dan Zelos, who made his debut last time out at Donington Park. He goes second, 57.718. Odd numbers in Group 1, even numbers in Group 2. So Hill in this one, as well as Ingram. So the 2 championship protagonists need to be in that top 6. So it's pretty much the same as what we have in IndyCar for that graphic between the 2.
And then is it like the fast 10 or whatever go to?
6-6 makes the 12. That's the fast 12. Then we have the fast 6, which is the
so it is IndyCar.
Yeah. So this is Q1A, then we have Q1B, then we have Q2, and then we have Q3.
Then we have Q3. Oh, Kurt, P1, 57.3.
That came out of nowhere as well. Good middle centre time as well on that lap time. So the car that started the year, that Toyota, it's last year's Toyota for the LKQ team, as we found out on Media Day. So it's still proving to be as fast. In fact, both cars taking as many victories as we've had with the factory Toyota Gazoo Racings, each 2 apiece across the team. Cook is improving. Ingram only goes 8th, Jess, across line. Chilton 7th. Big lock up there for Dal de Jong down into Brooklands.
Yeah, I think it's a very tight corner, Brooklands and Nuffield, but a really great place to watch British touring cars if you ever go there for Silverstone.
Yeah, JT saw it last year as well, just how fantastic the opening race. Jess, you're in for a really interesting race too, by the way. I can't believe I'm missing it this year, but you're going to be loving it. I think I'm going to try and get Nick Holwood alongside you in the comms box as well, as always. If not, however, I'm sure I will ask very nicely only to step across.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I'll do it alone if Nick can't do it.
Fine by me. Or send Megan, so you can have F1 Academy. Ingram closing at the back. Zelos third.
We have to be up early for that.
Oh, just a reminder that tonight it's just myself and Josh T on the NASCAR commentary call, but we have trackside camera once again. It's because we're at Bristol, which means we have the Earth cam. So the entire race.
Oh, that was good last time.
Yeah, so we have that camera again, and we have the full screen ability ready to go, as well as split screen. So
at midnight.
Yeah. At midnight, it's a night race. It's a night race. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun, that one.
You're going to be so tired, though, in the morning.
Well, I've just been informed that I can actually go to bed after this session, so I'm going to aim for about 5:30, 6-ish, go to bed, get 6 hours, wake up.
Oh, yeah, good idea, yeah.
Sort of shift it around. So I'm going to aim for about 6 o'clock, I reckon, is a good time to head down. Chilton again improving, but only going 7th. Osborne's 8th, DeLong's 9th. Holstead has the top 10 across them. Rowbottom 57.445 as well. So yeah, just closing out. Fingers crossed it's actually going to be a smooth
operation.
Session. Yeah, I don't want them to have problems in this qualifying format. I don't want to be going, right, so Ingram's through, but Hill isn't, so that's going to mean this for race 1. I want simple, close racing, because Silverstone throws up a brilliant race, especially on this national circuit, because it's the old pitch straight area. In fact, a couple of years ago, before, in 2020, it was announced that we were going to use the international layout as well at this circuit. So the Abbey. That's what
MotoGP do.
Well, no, yes, they do now, but no, we were supposed to have 2 different races at this track in 2 different layouts. So we were supposed to have, as the flag comes out, the national race here, and then earlier on Easter weekend, we were supposed to have the international race circuit. So hang us straight all that lot, because they link up at this part of the circuit here at Silverstone. So yeah, we were supposed to have the other layouts, but sadly didn't.
Checkered flag's fallen.
So what's the layout now as Chilton, 57.720, he does not go through, he's backed out of it, but he's still like pushing hard.
Osborne's out as well, so is Halstead.
Expected those. Ingram's on the cusp here, so Chilton might just get the radio from his teammate here to don't go faster and push me out. Let's see what happens. Ingram's P6 as things stand. Chilton comes across the line and 7th place. Turkington goes 4th though, and I doubt Dowell de Jong is going to push Ingram out. He does not. So Chilton, Osborne, de Jong and Halstead are 7, 8, 9 and 10. They're out. Your 6 fastest. Cook, Rowbottom, Hill, Turkington, Zelos and Ingram just scraping through there, Jess. They've looked off all weekend.
They have in the practice sessions, which looks very strange for them, but you never know what could happen in Silverstone, like we saw in race 1 last time. So, and we got the qualifying 2 later on, so you never know, they can improve, but we still got Group B to go. Let's see if they can bring some surprises.
Group B up shortly then. Let's hand back over to David Anderson and Tim Harvey.
Well, then is the time, and 0.121 of a second back, Dan Rowbottom. Then 21 thousandths back, Jake Hill, and 19 thousandths behind him, Colin Turkington. A further 28 thousandths back and you find Dan Zelos, and then just over a 10th before you get to Tom Ingram. Out go Tom Chilton, Sam Osborne, Daryl de Leon and Nick Halstead. So that's the order then at the end of Q1 for Group 1. The last piece of information is that Dan Zelos had a lap taken off him, but it was not one that affected his lap, but Dan Rowbottom has had a lap taken off him and it does affect things. It drops him to 5th. He stays in, but not for the first time this year. Robo suffers the track limit penalty and he's lucky in a way. He drops to 5th rather than 6th, and he was 7 thousandths ahead of Tom Ingram. So he's still in the top 6, he still progresses.
Yeah, so progressing is the only thing that matters in terms of getting into the next stage of qualifying, so he's okay. But you're right, Dan Rowbottom has flirted with track limits many times in the past, so he needs to be a little bit careful. Sam Osborne having a chat there with Richard, his engineer, the bald-headed chap in glasses, and of course his father Pete Osborne, who owns the team. Ingram out of the car, so he's out of the car for a little while. Some drivers like to sit in the car to stay in for the next session. He's out of the car having a chat with the team. He clearly wants some changes, I think, made for the second part of qualifying as we get the second group out for their quali.
Which will be headed by the Restart Racing Cupras. Scott Sampton ahead of Chris Smiley. You've got both of the Evans Halshaw Powermax Astras behind them. Also in this will be the Aidan Moffat Toyota Corolla with its new engine. You've got Rob Huff, Andrew Watson, Adam Morgan will be there, and Dan Camish and Ash Sutton, and the Camish and Osborne Napa Racing Fords, as is now the tradition at Silverstone, morph into Valvoline Fords with a number of those sort of retro liveries which always look pretty good, and cars now making their way out on track. Mikey Doble, pole position here last year, which was then rather wasted with him doing his 2 green flag laps in error, or on the instruction of the team, but it was their error. And we've got spots of rain, we understand, falling now around the circuit. Cops.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for to hear as well. If my information was correct, it's starting to rain. So, Jess, this is going to be pretty much get out there, do your opening laps as quickly as possible, and then just hope and pray that you've got the situation under control ahead of the end of the session. We can't hear Jess.
I always keep forgetting to do that. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, go on.
That's what I'm bored without Alan Taylor-Smith. I like these changeable condition races and qualifyings because you never know what's going to play out. Everyone's out on track at the same time. They all have to move out of the way for people with their lap, so people may get the best condition, some people may not. And if you're not out on circuit, that's where you're going to be in a bit of a bother, as someone is not out on circuit, but most people are, which is good. But they're just weaving their tyres to get a bit of temperature into it.
The 2 not out are Scott Sumpton and Ash Sutton. Now, Ash he was problematic this morning, 9/10 off the pace in practice. Not where you need to be, worried about qualifying, and that car getting a lot of work. But Scott Sumpton in the Restart Racing squad also has backed out of it just a little bit, which I can't really make sense of. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Rain is coming, actually, I've just been told. A few fans in. Both grandstands will be packed tomorrow, I'm delighted to say. It's always a sellout here for touring cars. You only really get a couple of main grandstands around this circuit. So, Sutton.
Oh my goodness, that was close.
Yes, pulling out Scott Sutton into the fast lane with other cars coming down to pit in. And Sutton and Sutton go out there on the circuit now. Morgan
Are you
has
sure
stayed
it's
out.
about to rain? 'Cause it's sunny around this bit of the circuit.
We saw the few spots of rain, but that's Silverstone for you. Half in Northamptonshire, half in Buckinghamshire. We're racing in the Northamptonshire area. And it's quite a crossover between the two. It's weird, actually. Silverstone...
It is weird.
Yeah. The international circuit's in Buckinghamshire, the national circuit's in Northamptonshire. It's got two different postcodes, this circuit. It's directly in the heart.
I want to go to Silverstone British Touring Cars next year. Because it'll be cheaper to go to Silverstone when it's not an F1 weekend. Have you seen the F1 Silverstone prices?
I've understand they've gone on sale, but I don't know how much they were. What was
They've
it?
gone way up. I'm not going next year. Definitely not with those prices. Nah.
Don't think I'd go. I never go. I always think it's a rip-off. I love the British Grand Prix.
Dynamic pricing should never happen.
Yeah. You're saying about pulled
Oh
out?
my goodness.
Aaron
Again?
Taylor Smith being told, putting up Chris Smiley in the 222, getting pulled out directly in front of him. I don't like that in the touring cars. Yes, you've got to pull your drivers out, but in my opinion, it should be that you either have to turn them and push them back in, not pull them out.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous.
Look at Morgan. Fastest in both sectors right now. He's looking like he's going to be the fastest overall as he heads towards Luffield.
Previous best was a 58.140. Is he going to best that time with hybrid power? He's got a full 15 seconds to deploy in this session. Alvin as he crosses the line. Tracky is improving. It's a 57.489 just as well.
Wow.
So quicker than what we
By
saw in
almost a
Q1.
second.
Yeah. No signal from car 16 from the transponder or GPS. Please check. So that's Aidan Moffat's car. And he's right. 16's coming through turn 1 now. So I don't know why they can't see it on the team viewer, but we can see it up here in the commentary box.
Moffat is 4th,
Yeah.
according to ITV.
Yeah, so the timings are working. Transponder and GPS are working. They are displaying it correctly. So I wonder what's happening there.
Also saying the race control messages. I thought it was someone commenting in the live chat.
No, it's saying on race controls messages that we have up here in the box that we've got on. It's just flashing.
They might
up.
have just checked, like, quickly.
Yeah, I wonder what's happened there. We get a combined timing monitor up here that you see on the battle screen. We have that open as our monitor for timings. That's mainly our driver track. We have a separate page for on our other monitors. 4 minutes to go. Morgan Camish. Sumpton goes third. Moffat goes second. 58.026 then. But here comes the faster times, Jess, finally. Camish goes second. Sumpton third. Great for the Restart Racing guys to get up there. And this is Doble going 6th fastest. I think we're on board with Sutton, if I'm not mistaken.
Track's improving. So the rain that we thought was going to happen
Blown away.
is not going to happen.
This is on board with the 88. Mikey Doble dropped down to 9th place. Watson's time. Oh, yeah, and Watson's time's been deleted by the stewards. So he's dropped back from the top 10. Well, the top 6, really, in that one. So Anton Smith's estimated to go third as he comes through. Beckett's hairpin down the Wellington Straight once again. Yeah, I can see it's psychological rain at the moment, isn't it, Jess? You can see it hitting, but it's not affecting the grip level.
Which is good, which means that we can see all the laps all the time. But he's down in the first set to Taylor Smith. Ash Tutton goes third fastest.
Big improvement from him from this morning as well. Just 4 tenths down now. Mikey Doble's next to cross that line. Followed by Aaron Taylor Smith. Doble fastest, 57.346. Here comes Aaron Taylor Smith using only 13 seconds of hybrid. He tops the independent class championship. Taylor Smith goes 5th, 57.695. Smiley goes 4th. Camish goes 5th. Sutton, Sumpton, Moffat, Watson out. Smiley's on his lap time to lead for track limits again.
So where was it that he cut the corner? It must be the same place. I wonder if it's the cut-off between Beckett's and the Wellington Straight.
It has to be. That's you because you drift wide through that part of the circuit and at the exit line. Computer monitors. Okay, computer monitors come up for black and white flag for Watson at turn 1. So that's Cops Corner. Just after.
Oh, Cops.
Yeah. Easy to do in any car.
You might have one ride in like here in the runoff, because I don't think there's any other place where you could just run off.
Usually you're allowed to. Well, as you said, Jess, exit of. Oh, Rob Hart, 57.285 goes fastest.
Wow.
But as you said, Jess, it's here. Exit of Beckett's hairpin. Look, you go wide off the circuit. So you do.
I just thought people would lose it there, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But they seem to be all right with that.
That time to cancel for car 12. So that's
half.
That's Rob Huff. So his lap time's gone. That's put him down into 3rd position. Doble's still fastest then. Sutton's getting a toe off the back of Aidan Moffat as they come through Luffield. Sutton to the inside line. I can just see a few clouds falling in over the circuit here, coming in over from the drone camera that's located at Luffield. Over the line then for Ash Sutton. And is it through into the top 6? No, he's still 7th, Jess. He can't get through. This is crucial for a championship contender.
That is a shot for Ash Sutton. The driver that is a bit hit and miss around this circuit as Huff now goes 2nd. Did he get held up there?
He could have done if he didn't get the toe he wanted to. Yeah, look, 1st and 2nd sector was Huff, and then Morgan takes sector 2. Watson goes 4th. Taylor Smith goes 6th. Doble's got the pole lap at the moment. 57.346. Oh! 3 wheels on the wagon on the braking zone for Sutton into Brooklands and through Luffield. He's throwing everything at it. The front left taking extreme punishment now as he comes up towards the line, puts a wheel on the gravel there, Jess, but I don't think this is enough for Sutton.
No, I don't think it's going to be enough, but you never know with Silverstone. Things could change like that. No, it's not. Sutton, unless he can pull a lap together now, he's out of qualifying.
0.6 of a lap slower as I saw a spot of rain drop there on the camera lens. So final lap time. Taylor Smith has pitted, so has Morgan. They've done their strategy. Smiley, Sutton and Buffett.
Sutton's out.
Yeah, Sutton's out. He's taken the checkered flag. He's done enough there.
Sutton's broke wide. I think he's out as well.
Watson's boxed as well, so that's that done. I don't think Sutton's going to improve. What's his middle sector? Is it quicker than a 33.8? No. 34.2.
Yeah, beat out.
Yeah, way off, way off. It takes too much curve as well through Brooklands. He'll be our next one to cross the line. So, oh, he's lost it. The rear stepped out. Massive step out the rear. Coming through Luffield, and that's Sutton's lap time, DEAD. Over the line, and it is, 58.2. 1.5
second.
Yeah, way off. That's huge for the championship then, with Sutton only standing 8th on the grid for race 1.
That is quite huge. Moffat struggling as well.
Too much curve, Jess, I reckon, and then he just loses the rear.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Was that on the exit of Brooklands? And that was a bit of a slide there as well. It's like he's doing rallycross.
Yeah. I think he even touched the grass, Jess, as well, that front. That's what started the slide.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's exactly rallycross. Unbelievable. So it's Doble, Huff, Morgan, Watson, Camish, Taylor, Smith, 6 going through. Smiley, Sutton, Moffat down from 7 to 10. Okay, fast 12 coming up shortly. Let's hand it back to the Anderson and Tim Harvey on the ITV team as well, our colleagues.
Through, haven't they? So not good for Sutton, but we know Sutton the racer. He can do the business come Sunday, especially if it rains.
So let's have a look then at the result of Q1 Group 2. Mikey Doble, the fastest from Rob Huff. Adam Morgan, 3rd. Andrew Watson got it all together in the end to go 4th ahead of Dan Camish, with 6th being Aaron Taylor Smith. They progress. We lose Chris Smiley. Ash Sutton, the reigning champion, is out. So is Scott Sumpton. And so, sadly, once more, is Aidan Moffat. Aidan likes to joke about the fact he doesn't really want to work too hard on qualifying day, save himself a race day, but there is a frustration, I'm sure, that he's not a better qualifier.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know why, because In the past, he has done it. I think this format just doesn't suit him for some reason. But we know that Aiden has good one-lap pace in it, and we've seen it in the past. So a little bit strange, but we're set for a great Q2 when 12 of them will be reduced to the final 6. And it's going to be a struggle for some of them to get through. Certainly for Ingram, I think it's going to be a struggle.
Now, of course, the circuit that little bit busier. 12 cars, not the 10 that we had out of the groups. From Group 1, Josh Cook, Jake Hill, Colin Turkington, Dan Zelos, Dan Rowbottom, Tom Ingram. From Group 2, Mikey Doble, Rob Huff, Adam Morgan, Andrew Watson, Dan Camish, Aaron Taylor-Smith. They are the 12 that will take to the track, and it's 6 that will go through. So half the pack here will be disappointed, and you take those 6, of course, into Q3, and that's where we form the sharp end of the grid. But inevitably, there are going to be some disappointed drivers. Chief amongst them, I would have thought, Ash Sutton. Yes, he knew he was always going to be up against it, given the limitation of the hybrid that he's got. But as the umbrellas go up and the spots of rain fall, there are people with less hybrid who have made it through.
Yeah, definitely. So it does make a difference. Look, it's half a second between everything and nothing. But look, this rain is definitely coming down. This is definitely coming down now. And there's tyres being taken off. They're going to wonder about what's put on. If the BMs can get out and get a lap in straight away. I mean, everyone needs to try and get a time in straight away. Even the front-wheel drive cars would try and do a time without crossing their tyres just to get a chance. Soft tyre going on Rowbottom's car, but it may be too late. We'll see.
It's going to be really interesting, isn't it? Because 10 minutes will be on the clock. Waterproofs are being donned by the marshals we can see out of our window. That's Tom Ingram ready to go. If you can get warmth into the tyre quickly and get a lap in before the weather worsens, then you're in the pound seats. But it rather depends how long before the green flag comes, how quickly you can get out there, how quickly you can warm up the tyres, and how quickly the weather deteriorates or indeed improves.
Yeah, and this is one of those occasions where the cars that have just come in Group 2, the front-wheel drive cars, they will have hot rear tyres already on the car. They could just put a pair of fronts on and go straight out. Whereas the front-wheel drive cars that were in Group 1, the tyres have all cooled down. It's a lot harder.
Well, it's a very disappointed Ash Sutton, as we were suggesting. He's got a lot to explain, I suspect, Louise.
Well, let's ask him. I mean, to be fair, Ash, you said when we spoke before the session this was always going to be a tough ask. Was it even tougher than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, a little bit more, well, far more tougher than what we thought. We did a 0.8 in FP2 with a medium tyre, so we stuck a soft on at the end, got a bit of an idea, and theoretically we were on for like a 5 in FP2. So to only be able to do a 0.9 is a bit of a kick in the backside, if I'm honest, but this makes the rest of it a lot harder.
And ironically, the rain that you wanted is now just come about to 2 minutes, if that, after the session ended.
Yeah, I've got the unlucky 6, haven't I? Let's be honest. The old dice didn't roll my way. So, yeah, I mean, makes it more harder. But I like a little race from the back. It's going to be wet. Let's see what we can do.
It's going to be synchronised rain dancing in this garage tonight, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Obviously, for me to be the only car out, it's good to see everyone else through, but not ideal for our championship fight.
Hello.
Cheers, thank you.
Right, green flag has been waved. Cars are out on circuit. There was much sucking of teeth, Tim, a moment ago as you were looking out of the front of the car.
This is really touch and go. I'm pretty sure they've all gone out on slicks, but I'm looking at the track and I think it's really touch and go whether you can switch those slicks on or not.
Yeah, I was just looking at the same thing on the track temperature. It's dropped dramatically, and the rain is coming down right now as well. So I think, Jess, as well, this is going to be an interesting situation where it could be almost... It has to become interchanged to wets, but in such a tight session, changing all tyres takes around about a minute and a half. And you can see, they're all coming in now. Slicks aren't working, they're all coming in.
Yeah, everyone's going to come in. We thought we were going to see...
Hill.
No, not... So Hill's braving it, so it is... Turkington.
Well, that's
not going to work. So I do see there is definitely rain on the circuit, and you can see how slippery it's going to be. You can even see PA taking pops a lot slower than expected.
Yeah, this is not going to be worth it. I think what they're thinking is let's get a time on slicks because it's such a short lap here, just a minute long. And it's so wet coming into Maggots and into the Beckett's hairpin right now. Ingram's changing, but it's not just the tyres. You have to change the brake bias as well. Set it up for wet. Hill's gone straight on. Hill's off.
That's got to be a lap time deleted for sure.
Yeah. Oh, they're all off. Who's that? That was Josh Cook in the LKQ.
Turkington's still keeping it in the right lines.
Yeah, if I was Colin, do a lap. Do a lap. Wet's coming
It
on
might
now.
be faster Wet, whatever.
Camish in the special Napa livery this weekend for the anniversary. He's out there, the white Napa.
Way slow. He should have came in.
108 for Cook. That's 10 seconds slower. 106 for Turkington. Do you know, on dries, that might just be okay. That might be a very good time.
I think Turkington just went out. I think Turkington went out at the right time.
That time
That time
for
was
Cook.
allowed for car 66, which was probably
Cook.
Cook.
And the same goes for the 24 Jake Hill, because he went off down at the hairpin at Beckett's. Ingram's going out on wet tyres, so he's taking the gamble. Let's take a look at Hill. I said it was wet, Jess. Touches the curb and it's going to go straight on. No braking at all.
And you'll need much more of a brake bias, don't you? To change more of your brake bias in the wet. So that's probably why he was struggling. And Turkington was just able to adapt. And you can see the wipers on for car 88 of Cook, as he's now on... What tyres is he on? He's on wets, isn't he? He goes fastest.
But he is on... I think he's out on wets. I can't imagine he's gone on slicks.
What does it say on live timing?
Doesn't say. We've got no tyre data.
Oh, that's annoying.
I assume he's out there on wet tyres. To a 106.090 has to be wet tyres.
That makes Turkington's time on the soft tyres even more, the dry tyres even more impressive.
The 106.543, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Slicks definitely were on Turkington's car. They've been changed. Here's the 45.
If I was Turkington, I would go out again just to be sure, and then if you know you're going to be slower than your dry time, then come in.
There's Zelos as well, watching on. Yeah, I can't. He's on wets.
And I thought it was pronounced Zelos.
JT
I said that in race 2 last time.
I think JT said Zelos, so I'm going with Zelos. When he actually bothers to turn up, JT, that is.
Oh, Josh Cook!
And Camish!
103.004!
Rain is the great equaliser, and that's what's happening right now in the touring cars. Napa have been off the pace all weekend long. Now we've got Camish right back up at the front.
That's like 4 or 5 seconds slower than the dry tyres, not even that.
It's not the full-on rain, is it? Here comes the full-on rain, though, down the Wellington Straight. Wipers are on. It's sprinkling.
Big Turkington will be okay, I think.
3.5 down. He's going to have to go out again. He is changing tyres, I understand.
Zelos faster, so is Ingram. Watson, purple middle sector. Huff, personal best, obviously.
Over the line then, forward down. Rowbottom goes second. Turkington's back into the pit lane. Camish. Ingram top. 102.613. Zelos second. 102.980. So the two Accelerate cars going up there faster. Camish third. Cook and Turkington box. Watson goes fourth. That pushes Turkington out. And now Turkington. Yeah, Colin's sinking like a stone. And look at the rain. It's getting heavier.
It's getting heavier, so Turkington... We thought Turkington made the right decision, but no, he should have probably went on the wets. And one advantage of the wets can have, they might be doing one flyer, one cool down lap, and then one push lap. That's what a lot of these drivers are doing right now. Doble up to the line. He's purple in every sector. Not in the final. He goes second, but still a personal best for the independent.
13 thousandths of a second off the pace of Ingram. And Doble doing well there for the independent category as well. He's in a battle with his teammate with as well. Of course, Taylor Smith.
Where is Taylor Smith? I thought he qualified.
Taylor Smith is out of this session. He's down in 12th.
But he's not showing on the thing. Oh, there he is. Oh, he hasn't gone out yet. That's probably why.
He's on an outlap now. He's down.
He's on an outlap.
Yeah, he's down into Beckett's hairpin, according to my monitor. Here's Jake Hill, though, and his lap time to leaded by the stewards. Goes up to 6th place, 103.115. But the rain is now visibly getting heavier. My eyes turn to Colin Turkington, who is now leaving the pit lane, but is in real trouble if that rain and standing water gets worse. There is Colin now.
It looks awful. It looks awful.
Yeah, this is the worry now.
Up in the top 6. Oh, gotta be the top 6.
Yeah, look at that. It's visibly heavy rain now as Josh Cook comes in and he leaves the pit lane.
Poncho's out.
I'm glad we're not there. We're just going to Brands Hatch. It never rains at the finale at Brands Hatch, does it?
Oh, God, you've jinxed it now.
Jess, it always rains in Brands Hatch in the final. Bring waterproofs and bring umbrellas.
Bring wellies. I don't even have wellies, but...
I've got my new track shoes. We should be good. The one good thing, though, about having people there is I won't be a one-man band for the camera, which means I can have a wired mic instead of a wireless mic.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a bit handy.
Oh, God, look at the rain.
It is coming up heavier now as well.
No one is improving inside the top 6.
Turkins' last lap time, by the way, Jess, as well, did not improve, so he's going to have to go again, and he's got 2 laps to do it in. 61. Oh, he's faster! How is Turkington doing this? The rain's worse than it was before, and he's still faster by 29 thousandths to Ingram.
Magic.
Hill's down in that first sector, so Hill's not doing anything. He's 6th at the moment, so Turkington's going to knock Hill out. Wow, this will be a surprise.
I was not expecting that from Turkington. 36.
10's faster.
Oh.
Look at Hill for comparison. Hill's
I'm
ahead.
shocked. Taylor Smith's third.
102.780. He's getting time up. Hill's giving a toe to Turkington. Doesn't make a difference in wet weather and now in touring cars. Over the line we go then. Jake Hill, 7th.
This is going to be fast.
Is he improving? Hill. No. Turkington. Yes. Woo.
Sorry.
102.551. I'd go woo as well. He kicks out Watson and Hill.
I was not expecting that.
And look how hard the rain is now, Jess. It's aquaplane weather.
When it rains, it pours, and it rains very quickly in Silverstone, as I found out.
Yes, you were there last year as well, weren't you? During the qualifying when it bucketing it down, and we had to delay the F2 race as well. It's darker as well. There's very little visibility. Checker flag's out now, so let's see who's going to have the hot spot. And yeah, Hill's down. He's not going to improve. I think that's it, Jess, with the amount of rain that's on the circuit.
Yeah. Chicken flag's out. Taylor Smith, 102.7, he improves.
It's a better last sector. Oh, and Turkington was a bit wide there as well.
Jake Hill, he's going to go towards final corner. I think they're just out just for the giggles at the moment. If they improve, fair enough. If they don't, fair enough also. Jake Hill up the line, does not improve.
Hasn't rained here, so these guys need data for wet weather tomorrow. They're going to have an advantage to everybody else who hasn't run. The bottom 8 drivers who start 13 to 24 because they haven't run.
Ash Sutton is good in the wet though.
Sutton is good in the wet, yeah, but he starts outside the top 12, which is huge in race 1. But with an upper...
Yeah, and race 2, I presume, is results from race 1.
Yes. So it's bigger. But this is going to be... everyone's doing a second lap time here because the rain is now belting down here at Silverstone. And they've got to go out soon for the Firestone Fast 6.
And it's not the Firestone Fast 6, Josh. It's not IndyCar.
That's what me and JT call it because it's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same qualifying format as IndyCar.
It is.
The only good thing actually about this is the fact is that when it comes time for qualifying at Brands Hatch, one of us can go up and patrol the pit lane to catch the drivers who go out in between the sessions. So you see, I'm very much, this is why I would really want you to come, Jess, because we have a chance to do JBMotorsports on-site coverage, like as much as we've wanted to do it ever.
I'll see. I think I'll be there for. I'll see if I can make it there for qualifying.
Absolutely, that'd be fun. Love it if you're there on race day, of course. And the rain's coming down massively now. The start of the next session might just be delayed a little bit. Let's head over to ITV then.
Fascinating, but wet. This, however, is how we looked at the end of Q2. Colin Turkington, the fastest, 62 thousandths up on Tom Ingram, with Mikey Doble third. Josh Cook, fourth. Aaron Taylor-Smith, fifth. And Dan Zelos, sixth. They will all go through out Camish, Watson, Hill and Morgan. Quite a few surprises, not only in terms of those that have gone through, but those who've been bumped out. Dan Rowbottom and Rob Huff, the last two drivers that weren't able to progress. So there, Jake Hill, who we might hear from in due course, and he'll say yes about the hybrid and yes about the weather, but he'll be a very frustrated man.
He's half a second down on Turkington.
Yeah.
And the difference in hybrid between the two of them, Jake Hill, okay, he only had 1 second, but Turkington only had 7 seconds. So 6 seconds difference in the wet of hybrid isn't a lot. So I think half a second down, Jake Hill will be very disappointed with that time. But hats off to Turkington, the man who leads the qualifying averages, the Goodyear Wingfoot Award so far this year, and he's well on track to keep that record, isn't he?
Indeed so. And you discount Colin Turkington from a championship fight at your peril. He knows exactly how to do this. He might not win every race, but you look at the scores at the end of a weekend and you think, wow, that's a goodly number that he's accrued. He's still there, although he doesn't have a lot of luck at Silverstone over the years, it seems, in title fights. But I'd be surprised if it was Colin that had the bad luck this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, he's still in the fight.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
a good weekend now, especially with the way that others have qualified so far. Their positions are locked in on the grid. I mean, Colin has an incredible qualifying average of 4.5. So grid 4.5 on over the whole year so far. That's an incredible qualifying average.
Now, the rain, just going back to the weather for a moment, did bucket down. It's now eased a little bit. It's going to be a wet road, no question about it, and we'll have 10 more minutes. The final 10 minutes of qualifying to determine the sharp end of the grid. The hardy Silverstone fans know exactly what to expect when they come here. So umbrellas, waterproofs, spare waterproofs and emergency waterproofs, all part and parcel of it.
Now, the interesting thing is that for the BMWs, they're quickest when it is at its wettest. If the session dries during the session a little bit, the front-wheel drive cars will actually be quicker. So Turkington will need to get his lap in very quickly. The others will try and hope the track dries a bit.
And I will offer you that over Copse Corner, it's getting brighter.
Yeah.
The cloud is breaking. So, yes, the team's eager to get out there.
Yeah, still quite a heavy rainfall on the ground in the pit lane, but the shot we just saw, as you said, at Copse, there was barely anything on the puddles. So I think it is clearing.
But that's good old Silverstone weather, isn't it? It can be bone dry at one part of the circuit and horrendous elsewhere. So
even on a short circuit like this.
Yeah, quite. Yeah.
I mean, I think you're probably just worried about your walk to the BRDC clubhouse and getting wet, aren't you, David?
I'm sure you'll lend me your umbrella.
I'm sure.
Such a kind chap. Teams doing the last adjustments to get a sort of wet setup. At least they can do that in the break between sessions. And Dan Zelos, green flag waved.
I asked Ash Sutton how long it took to change the setup to a wet setup. And he said, in actual fact, we don't really change very much. He said, the setup we run works very well with the wet, so they don't need to do a lot. Others we see changing roll bars and all sorts of things underneath, don't we?
And the one thing that we also see is ride height as an issue sometimes if it goes from wet to dry. Now, Jake Hill has had his own issues in that qualifying session. It could be a long list, Louise, couldn't it?
It could indeed. Jake, you said to me before the session you'd be quite happy to be in the top 10. Now that's a reality. Yeah. How happy are you?
Yeah, not so much.
It's funny that.
It's only because obviously Tom is obviously quick in the rain just then, and yeah, just didn't quite switch it on. I don't know. I felt like the rear tyre pressures were just through the roof. It was great for that outlap. You know, I came out of the pits and I thought, wow, it feels amazing. You know, and then the more and more we did, the rears just fell off a cliff. So unfortunately, I just didn't have the traction to do it. And obviously, Colin came out that a bit later, and everyone saw the pace he had. So yeah, it's in it. It's just I've just messed it up.
Did you think the rain might actually play into your favour there, or would it still be the same? It's not the rain, it's the execution in the rain that's gone wrong.
I think so, but also I was a bit shocked about how quick we actually are in the drive. You know, I think a lot of people probably were. I was able to do the time I did in FP1 with full hybrid with just the 1 second just then. So the car was magic in the dry. It really was beautiful to drive, and it bodes well for if we've got a dry race tomorrow. But obviously right now it's a bit annoying.
France, so tomorrow you're going to need eyes in the front and back of your head because you've got one championship contender in front of you, another one behind.
It's all right, it's fine. We'll just focus on the one in front.
See you out there.
Thank you.
So that's Jake Hill's story, and the final part of the qualifying story is being written right now. Green flag has been shown, and Colin Turkington you're riding with heading up towards Beckett's, and you can now start to see just exactly how slippery the road is going to be, how much rain there is. We've got 5 of the 6 out. Dan Zelos not yet having gone out on track. But, you know, the worst he'll be is 6th.
Yeah, well, Jake very much underlining my point that actually the track needs to be very wet for the BMW to really work. Otherwise, it overheats its rears.
And that's exactly what we just saw with Colin Turkington on that previous stint. Overusing the rear tyres and struggled to keep it going. So, Jess, do you reckon Turkington could get pole, or are we looking at someone else?
Turkington's quite good in the wet, but you never know with these type of things. The earlier that you're out, the better that it might become, but they may be doing more than one lap here. Turkington up to the line is looking very tidy for Team BMW. 102.9 for him, but Alan Taylor-Smith, Josh, is going faster.
Yeah, it's got rear-wheel drive converted to front-wheel drive on the BMW across the line then for the Vauxhall. It's faster. It's a 102.228. Much better lap time for the Vauxhall Astra. And now, maybe we're on for Aaron Taylor-Smith's first pole position over 4.5 years.
Overall as well, not just independent, but overall.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
As Cook goes second. Yeah, it will be.
That's in the Toyota Corolla, so it's a 102.759. Can barely see where the track lines are coming through Copse Corner as well, how much water's standing around. Just a hate.
Completely dry. Well, not dry, but less wet around this bit of the circuit.
Yeah, the back half's okay, but turn 1 isn't. So it's 2 sectors only, so it's a bit weird. As they fly through. Formula 1 is just a sector, but it's how it works here at this circuit. Over we go.
Global far looking fast as well. Purple middle sector.
Turkington's second run of the lap is not faster. Well, way off the pace. Doble, second.
Turkington dropped down to 4th as Ingram goes second.
Lap time improvements. So this is going to be a case of last on the circuit, I think, Jess.
It's getting worse in the first sector. Look at the standing water. It's going to be a nightmare for these drivers to negotiate. We may see a few track invalidations, but Ingram is saying, hold that thought. I'm going to go faster than what you think I might go.
It's quite alarming when you're racing in the wet, as Cook's had his lap time released by the stewards for track limits. Here's Ingram.
Where was that? What turn was that?
Just says lap 3. Hasn't told us exactly where.
It's annoying that it doesn't tell you what turn.
I know. It's annoying me too. I think it's because it's such a short track. They can't. Oh, hello. They can't really find it. Over the line.
You right, Josh?
Yeah, just my phone buzzed when it was near the bus mixer. I just moved it. Turkington 4th on his next run. Ingram 2nd still.
Consistent though for Ingram.
Getting better and better. Less than 5 to go. Reminder, if the red flag comes out with less than 5 minutes to go, we reset the clock to 5.
Yes. That's the rule. That's one of the rules I do know.
Yeah. I still think we should just have a half-an-hour session. We've been here for 48 minutes.
Yeah, true. I think I covered Donington qualifying last year, and there was a red flag right at the end, but then it got reset to 5. No, actually, I don't know. And then the time got reset, and I had a bit of a breather, which was good.
First ever time we did the 2-part qualifying format, the original one was 2021 at Snetterton. I was trackside for it, and it wasn't the easiest thing to commentate on. We've improved since our first experience trackside for racing.
Indeed.
Just about. 102.573 for Mikey Doble. For instance, new software. We're not going to be using Discord when we're next up. We're using the Ninja. It's a better, stable camera.
Yes.
So the Ninja's set up, and
if I'm there, I should be fine because I have unlimited data.
Same here. So we can send you Jess to one.
So does Josh T.
See, we can be on here all day if we wanted to. It's just battery bank. It's just power banks we need.
Yeah, I've got a power bank.
Excellent. I'm bringing all of them and chargers as well. Basically.
The only reason why I'm a maybe is if I could get time off work.
Exactly, yeah.
Because of the busy bits we got in the team at the moment. But yeah.
Fingers crossed. Because Jess and travel is long everywhere.
Yep.
Here comes Colin.
You have to take a day off on the Monday to travel back.
Yeah,
it's a bloody nightmare.
We're in Kent as well, so that's going to be fun. apparently, we have, for us, Jess, to get the train, we have to go to St Pancras in London. For one of our trains goes to St Pancras.
If I was to get the train, my first train would go to Paddington.
Oh my! Oh, that's annoying. I want my train to go through there.
But then I get the Circle Line to St Pancras.
Yeah, that's where mine will go to as well. So we'll probably meet up on the train there, on the same train.
Oh my God! If I do go, we should time it so we both get the same train.
Oh, I've already tried that this year with my brother David, but I missed it by 30 seconds.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, but I'm going to get a flexible ticket, right?
Oh, that's
so
good, yeah.
if you're not there, I'm literally going to wait for you.
That's a good idea, yeah. We need to get that sort of... Well, I'm going to look at it Sunday evening, and then Monday night, JT and me are going to...
Yeah, and I'll make a decision.
Yeah, and we'll get it all sorted then. What is buzzing? Ah, it's ITV buzzing. It's not us, it's that corner. There's Z loss across the line. Is he going to be any better? 1 or 2.
Nice time.
Thank you. No, 6th place. Still slow. Darren Taylor-Smith by 92 thousandths as Napa watch on. There's Rowbottom and Sutton watching. Laughing and joking a bit there in the garage. I don't think they'll be laughing and joking tomorrow if it's similar conditions. That Napa's looking a bit risky throughout the weekend. No
one's improving.
Yeah.
Oh, Doble. Hold that ball. No, he's not.
Nah, he's a 10th down, so that's on the time of Taylor-Smith. So, no, he's only
You
third.
never know. He could find time in the final sector.
If he gets a good exit and holds that line, doesn't drift out.
It is less wet.
Yeah. Over the line for Doble. Is it quick?
No.
I think that's it, Jess, honestly.
You never know. We've still got 40 seconds left.
Taylor-Smith. Not this lap, but previous lap time has been deleted. So not his fastest lap. Just flashed up on our time
I was
screen.
panicking then. Bloody hell.
I was as well. Here we go. 25 seconds left, so it's a 1 minute lap. Usually 72 seconds, somewhere around that board.
No one's improving, so if it stays like this, Taylor-Smith.
Another pole.
Oh, I don't think Josh T will be expecting that.
No, that is Tom Ingram. That's Zelos coming in. So he's out of it. Time's up.
Checker flag drop. Yeah, checker flags drop. Taylor-Smith is on pole.
No one is improving at all. Doble across the line. Best he can do is better than third. He improves on... No, he's getting 2 tenths down on the board. 3 tenths down now as well.
You see they're not improving because of the sector times.
Yeah, they're all out of it. No one is set.
England P2, crucially.
For the championship, yeah, that's going to... And if it's a dry race, you'll be able to get that launch better. Turkington starting 4th, but even in either conditions, wet or dry, that BMW has such a lightning getaway in race 1. He's going to go shoom straight away. So that's great.
I'm going to have fun tomorrow for the first 2 races. I can't do the final race.
That's okay.
Sadly.
Yeah, that's okay. I think JT is back for that final race. Oh, and there is Aaron Taylor-Smith, and he is happy. He's happy.
Oh, he's happy. His first pole in 4 years.
Well done.
Bravo.
Vauxhall Astra in the wet at Silverstone. His last pole came at Silverstone as well, if memory serves me right. It's his type
He
of
must like
circuit.
Silverstone then.
It's a 102.228. He's on pole.
I can't believe it.
Oh, it's fantastic news.
I want to hear his radio, but he probably won't let us.
Let's have a look at the results. We've got our timing screen here as it comes through. It's the Evan Holshaw power. It's his second ever career pole position as well for Aaron Taylor-Smith. His first, as I said, was a while ago. Second ever pole. Good front row of the grid. Aaron Taylor-Smith has had pole position. He started from first before, but that's in reverse grid races as well. And in race 2, this is his second
But
career
this
pole.
way it counts. The
Yeah.
actual race.
Right, we'll get the final thoughts from Jess in a few moments. Let's hand it over to ITV because we're here from our top 3 because they're going to hand over to Louise Goodman.
Absolutely no reason why a team working hard can't produce these sort of results, and congratulations to all of them.
So Aaron Taylor-Smith makes his way down the pit road, ready to go through the scrutineering aspect at the end of the session. Aaron Taylor-Smith then, career pole position number 2, ahead of Tom Ingram, Mikey Doble third, 2 out of 3 then for the Evans Halshaw Power Max Racing, both cars in the top 3. Colin Turkington 4th, Josh Cook 5th, Dan Zelos 6th. Those 6 drivers covered by just a gnat's over 0.6 of a second. And the Vauxhalls then 1st and 3rd on the grid. That's Mikey Doble's car, making its way through that technical check. And once happy, he'll be released down the pit lane. Of course, the national circuit ride height.
There's some issues there.
Yeah.
Was that Mikey Doble's?
It was.
Doble.
I thought it was Mikey Doble.
Or Aaron Taylor-Smith's car?
I thought it was Mikey at the front of the
I think
queue.
you're probably right, but that definitely had issues.
Please don't let it be Taylor Smith.
You could
It's
see
Doble.
the Toka technical
It is
team
Doble,
taking
88.
It is Doble, 88.
Yeah.
They were
Oh,
taking
thank
pictures
goodness.
of the roller
Don't panic at me,
not going
ITV.
Oh dear.
for confirmation. That could obviously be a problem.
Well, we need to watch what happens to Aaron Taylor-Smith as well, because
Well, all of them, really.
Yeah, but particularly the pole man. I'm thinking if one car's got an issue, the other one might as well. The last pole for Aaron, 2015 at Thruxton. Gosh, it's been a long, long wait for a second career pole position.
No
Right.
problem for Turkington's
No.
car.
But
At
there's
least on the right-hand side or left-hand
Right
side in
hand's
the middle.
fine.
No, all the way. That's absolutely fine.
Right, I'm a bit heart in mouth for what happens for Aaron.
Yeah, especially as it's happened to his teammates.
Precisely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Precisely. However, let's not be total doom mongers, but we do need to see when it gets up to the scrutineering check. So Aaron Taylor-Smith being told what happens next. He understands the process. He will be rolled forward.
Here we go.
There is the car. Right, the dreaded roller, the roller of doom awaits. So the marshals are going to push the car forward.
Is it good? Here we go.
I've become awfully nervous all of a sudden.
I know.
Yes.
Please, please.
If Aaron Taylor-Smith has been told on the radio what's happened to his teammate, he'll be really nervous. I don't think they will have told him, because why would you put the fear of God into him?
Lift up in your seat a bit, Aaron.
Yeah,
right.
jump up and down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm nervous,
It's
Josh.
okay there.
It's through.
It's okay there.
That was well clear.
Under.
That's all right. That's
Under.
going to be okay.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah.
It's under. I think
It's
we're
fine.
happy.
Yeah.
So we can confidently say
There you go.
career pole position number 2
Yeah.
for Aaron Taylor-Smith from Thruxton in 2015.
Oh, they're just checking the side. They're
They
checking
are.
the
Longer
side,
than that.
And
It's
they're doing it with
8,
the
9
camera
years.
there.
Wow.
And Alan Gow's had
That's
a
not so
walkover.
good.
No, it's not.
That is not so good. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, what?
It didn't go under on the left-hand side, and they took a picture of it to prove it.
Just like Mikey Doble's. The camera
Oh,
Alan Gow
no.
stands there and looks at it.
Yeah.
So that'll
You
all
can
get
lose that
reported.
on for that. Come
Could do,
on.
yes.
I'm not sure how this interview is going to go, Louise, whether it's going to be a happy one or a disappointed one or a frustrated one. We could be talking about Tom Ingram for pole position in the
Yeah.
end, which would be career pole 10. Did Aaron shake his head
Yeah,
there
it was
as he
a
drove
little
away?
shake, yeah.
I think they may. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I think the message has
Big
got through.
shake.
He's
He
done
can't
all of
believe
it.
it.
Yeah. Pole's gone. He's lost his pole position after all of that. So he'll clamber out of the car. Now, we have to
But
go
what
off the
happens
timing
there?
screen as it is, and at the moment it still has Aaron Taylor-Smith at the front. Well, he's looking happy now.
Well,
so
he's pretending, isn't he? He knows. He knows.
well,
He
he's
didn't
doing a
shake-
very good job of pretending.
Yeah. He's hoping he can bluff his way through this.
Yeah. Well, the bluffer's guide to Aaron Taylor-Smith's body language will be ascertained in a moment. So far, everybody's being given a hug. Everybody is smiling. There's no despondency. There's no doom and gloom. There's no worried expression.
Well,
But that might well come.
there's no doubt he's done a good job in the car.
That's true enough. So, in a moment, Aaron Taylor-Smith can explain all, whether he's had a message on the radio or not. He might have quite a lot to say for himself after all of this, but whether it's going to be happy Aaron or frustrated Aaron, we will find out. Louise is down there, and Aaron Taylor-Smith, provisional pole position at the end of qualifying. If it stands, it will be a second career pole. If it doesn't, he's going to be absolutely seething. But right now, Louise is smiling.
He's extremely happy at the moment, yes. So let's first of all talk about the problems earlier on in the context of where you've ended up on the timesheets. Fastest.
Was it like I did one lap in Q1 and broke the gear leader off? Adam rightly so said I probably spent too much time at the gym. So it just snapped off in my hand. And like God love the crew, they were sweating trying to get it changed. We obviously got out for a tiny bit in Q2, did enough to get through, and then I just felt confident to push on. Like it's one of those ones where actually I was nearly in tears. I was like, I can't believe that we've done this, from like thinking I wasn't getting back out to stick it on pole is just mental. Like, it is a credit. Like, they saved the day getting that fixed. Without them, wouldn't have even been out on the track.
A fantastic drive, as you say, fantastic work from the crew. But not wanting to rain in your parade, we could see the technical guys looking very closely at the left-hand side of your car. Have you got concerns?
Nah, like at the end of the day, like it cleared it. So to me, it's always going to be tight. You're running on a fine margin. So no, there's no performance advantage from the side anyway. If you have low front ride height, it's a performance advantage. It was tight, but it's fine. Like, we just celebrate what we have. We put it on pole. That's all I care about.
I mean, starting from front tomorrow would be just the most amazing. You're looking to have a fantastic weekend anyway, aren't you, with what's potentially there for the grabbing, the titles that you could get. So starting from the front would just make that so much easier.
Makes it 10 times easier. You know, there's no cars in front of me. And the key that I'm going to focus on, I'll ask Mikey for tips for not 2 green flag laps. But nah, like, all we do is get our head down. It's easy from the front. Like, all I have to do is just not crash and we will be fine. So I'm over the moon.
Makes it sound easy. You make it sound very easy. Well done. Well done. Right, let's go over and make our way carefully through the cars and grab the man starting, well, definitely from the front row. Great result. Great result for you.
Yeah, really good result. I didn't, if I'm honest, I didn't expect to be lining up on the front row this weekend. So. Just goes to show what a bit of weather can do. Thank you, Alan, for organising the rain.
Are you saying that wouldn't have come without the rain then? Did you not have the pace in the car dry?
No, we've got the pace, but we haven't got the hybrid. Yeah. That's the contributing factor here. I was confident enough of our speed in the dry would just about have got us, you know, into sort of the top 8, I think, realistically. So when it rained, it was a kind of a reset for everybody. And it just meant that we all kind of had to take we all sort of had to get on with the job. We had no sighting laps, you just go straight into it. The tyre only gives you a lap. So for us all, it was a bit of a close your eyes, hope for the best, guess your braking zones, hope they're there or thereabouts, and go from there. So really, really pleased. Team Bristol Street Motors has done really well. It's difficult in those sessions. We obviously have an allocated amount of time between the sessions, and you know how long's left of the session. And we used the time. We used all of the time. Rather than sitting there getting hot and getting flustered, we used the time, made changes that we needed to make change. We all stayed calm, and it was the right thing to do. So it just goes to show, focus on yourself and think of the bigger picture. I don't know where Jake is, I don't know where Ash is. I've been focusing so much on ourselves. We're okay, we're all right.
They're behind you, mate.
You're right. Great news. Really good. Look, tomorrow's another day. We've gathered 2 of every single animal we can find. We've gathered all the wood we can find to make a massive boat because it looks like it's going to be that needed tomorrow.
See you out there. See you out there. Well done. Right, let's run down our line of cars. See if I can just grab a very quick word with Mikey Dable. Mikey, I want to celebrate the performance, and let's talk about the result afterwards, but let's talk about the performance from the car first of all. I mean, to have the fastest and the 3rd fastest cars here today, great result.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, the work we put in to get the cars to this point now is unbelievable. But I think any other circuit, I'd be over the moon with a P3. But coming into the track where I got my pole position last year, you know, I wanted lightning to strike twice. But yeah, P3 is still great, and obviously pleased for the team to get the pole position again for the 2nd year in a row. So at least I don't have to make the decision on how many warm-up laps it is tomorrow.
I wasn't going to mention that. What I do have to mention, though, is it looked as though there were a few problems with the roller on the down at technical. Are you aware of that? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, I mean, I saw them struggling to get it underneath. Whether it was a failure or whether it was, you know, it just got under, I don't know. But I don't even know where that would put me on the grid. But for now, I'm just assuming I'm P3, and wherever I end up starting is what it is.
You were super quick. That's the important thing. Well done, you. Well done, you. Just one more man I want to grab a word with, and that is Dan Zelos. Dan, come down here, because I have to say that was a fantastic result from a driver in only his 2nd. And getting a fist pump from Josh Cook. I mean, that says it all, really. Take it from the other drivers rather than from me. What a great result.
Yeah, you know, it's absolutely fantastic. We know in the dry that we'd have decent pace. We were building in free practice, and the Team Bristol Street cars felt absolutely amazing. So now I've learnt the car a bit and things. I'm thinking a little bit more about my driving and improving that. And yeah, we got through in the 2nd one. I was like, it's brilliant. Then it got even better, and then it was raining, and we didn't really plan to get this far either. So it's I'm just over the moon to be here. It's absolutely fantastic.
You had to sit there in the pit lane for the while the team adjusted the ride height. What was going on with your heartbeat at that point?
Yeah, it was fairly intense. You know, we didn't even plan to put loads and loads of fuel in it because we didn't really expect to get this far. You know, maybe I should think a little more of myself. But yeah, so we just left it for that one flying lap, and yeah, I made a slight mistake, and it could have been slightly better. But you know, I think I've done a good job for Team Macklin, and I'm just so happy to be here in the first place.
Car's great, raining tomorrow. I mean, the sky is high, isn't it?
Exactly. So you know, I'm very close to people like Tom and that. So yeah, I'll be learning a lot in those first few laps, and I'll just have to make sure I get my elbows out.
Well done, you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Louise, thanks very much. Well, provisionally, let's keep using the word, at least for now. It is a good session for Evans Halshaw Power Max Racing, and that lap from Aaron Taylor-Smith, putting him at the top, something special. The road now is getting drier. There's one more support race to come here at Silverstone. But Aaron Taylor-Smith taking provisional pole position. Tim, let's have a look at the lap.
Yeah, great to go on board with what at the moment is the provisional pole lap in the wet. So lots of gentle hands, gentle steering, braking and throttle inputs. You tease the car into cops. Look, you can see his hands correcting minor oversteer slides, trying to get the traction down as much as possible coming out of there. Still up to 6th gear. Now trying to brake as much as you can in a straight line. That's why he goes straight towards the apex and down the gears. Then you're trying to get the steering lock off as quickly as possible to get the full footprint on the road for traction out to the corner. Easy to drive down the straight, that's the easy bit. When we get to Brooklands, he's got to work a bit harder. Generally, you'd brake quite a lot on the turn, but here you do all your braking, or most of the heavy braking, in a straight line. Hook up a little bit of that curb, up towards Luffield. Look how wide he's going. There's more grip on the outside of the circuit. Then he brings it in for a late apex again, so he can unlock the steering up through the gears, not using the curb on the outside because of the wheel spin it would induce. And that looks like a very clean lap, and it was in fact the fastest lap on the timesheets.
So Aaron Taylor-Smith then doing great things on track. Then we got a bit concerned there, look, with the roller. Not looking great if you look to the left-hand side of the car. It may have gone under at the front, but I'm not convinced about the side, and that's where the concern is. Yeah,
look, they're all going over now to have a look. Alan Gow, Sam Riches, all the technical team, and photographing it as proof of the problem. And unfortunately, there's no leeway on technical rules.
What we can't see is whether it was under and tight or wouldn't go under at all. But Aaron said it was tight. Well, we shall see. For now, we have to say that he is on pole position. It's provisional, but you know, he's got the best time, subject to anything that may well come out during the course of the evening. So keep an eye on the BTCC's various social media channels for the rest of the story. Let's have a look at the full provisional order then. If you take all of qualifying into account, it is Aaron Taylor-Smith then at the top of the times provisionally from Tom Ingram and Mikey Doble third. Fourth, Colin Turkington from Josh Cook, and Dan Zelos, his best ever qualifying, of course. It's only his second session, sixth, ahead of Dan Camish and Jake Hill, Adam Morgan, Dan Rowbottom 10th. 11th, Andrew Watson ahead of Rob Huff, then Tom Chilton and Sam Osborne. Chris Smiley comes next at 15th from Darryl De Leon. Ash Sutton 17th, he's going to be a man to watch in race one, isn't he? Ahead of Scott Sumpton, Aidan Moffat and Nick Halstead in 20th. So that is qualifying day done. Porsche Sprint Challenge cars heading out on circuit. They have one race today and two tomorrow. Another busy day of action, and we're on air tomorrow from 10:45.
Yeah, and we're on air at a similar time as well for all of the action here. Jess, would love to get a final thought from you here.
We still don't know who's going to start the race in P1 tomorrow due to the ride height issues, but it would be a shame if that gets taken away from Taylor-Smith, because what a lap, what a qualifying as well with the changeable conditions in the wet of Silverstone. When it rained, it pours around Silverstone, but let's see what happens tomorrow.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you, everybody. Take care. And we'll be back in about 6.5 hours' time, ready for NASCAR. Take care. Bye-bye.